Hi there, everyone. This is Mindy Goorchenko coming to you with this week's episode of Coffee House. It's been a few weeks since I've sat down and done this with you, and mostly it's just because I've been incredibly busy with some other stuff. And so here we are. I'd love to share some great news with you and also read a piece from my upcoming collection entitled The Latent Talent of Conception. So, my first piece of good news is that one of my poems, called The Selfish Act of Winter, has been chosen for an honorable mention in the Alaska statewide poetry competition, as judged by Jeremy Pataki. So, Jeremy, if you're watching, thank you so much. I'm very, very honored and excited to be able to share this work with you all at the reading coming up this upcoming week up in Fairbanks. I'll be participating via Google Hangouts and I'm very grateful to have that opportunity. So thank you so much. And I also got good news that one of my favorite little pieces called Arctic Circle has been chosen to be published in an online journal called Hoot, which also has a print component. They take small poems, short poems, and publish them on postcards with beautiful artwork. And so I am just truly excited to be able to share this poem in that format. It's one of my favorite pieces that I've written, and so what a delight to know that it will be able to be shared in that way with the readers of Hoot. So at this stage, my manuscript is almost ready to go. I don't have a strict publication date yet. I'm still waiting for the cover art, but it should be done any day, at least the first proof, so that I can give it the feedback and get the whole process finalized. When I see it, I'm going to completely freak out. I cannot wait. I'm so amazed that I'm going to be able to see this cover soon, and I just know it's going to be amazing to be able to see that part of the process unfold. And I will look forward to sharing that with you all soon. I also wanted to share with you a little bit about some aspects of this book, The Latent Talent of Conception. It is dedicated to my grandmother, Jane Kling. I wanted to share a little bit about her with you so that you would understand why I dedicated it to her. I didn't write the poems for her or about her, but as I collected this work together and started to prepare it for publication, I had to appreciate just how huge the impact was that she had on me at the time when she was alive. She was the mother of my stepmother, and in my life since I was very young, had a huge impact on me when I was growing up, and was one of my closest friends as I entered into adolescence and grew older. She was also a very complicated, complex person who also had a great deal of mental illness, and none of us really recognized that at the time. In fact, I actually didn't really come to grips with any of that until I became a healthcare professional and learned a lot more about mental illness and what that can look like. And then it was all as clear as day. But for our family, for all of the time that I ever knew her, I really had no conception that who she was anything other than just simply what was normal for her. And that's another story for another day. My aunt has actually written a book called The Accidental Truth, which documents the journey of life with my grandmother and what that was like and how her life came to an end. She actually committed suicide about 10 years ago. And so I think whenever that type of event happens, it's a process of years of processing and grieving and trying to wrap your head around all of the implications of that and what that was. And so this collection is dedicated to her in her memory. She had a huge impact, like I said, on my paradigm and my perception at the time when a lot of these poems were written. And so as you read this collection, I think what you'll find is this paradigm that she conveyed to me, which was this idea that what we think of as the outside world, outside of ourselves, is actually all existing inside our minds. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye out for that while you're reading this collection. The other thing I've been trying to do, because I need to have these types of things done for being able to market this work and share it with you all, is to try to summarize what this collection is about in not so many words, so that you can pick up the back of this book and read a little brief description and find out if this might be something you're interested in. So this is what I came up with. The Latent Talent of Conception, Mindy Goorchenko's first published collection, explores the concrete and abstract spaces occupied simultaneously by perception and experience. The poetry takes the reader through the less confident aspects of relationship, sexuality, and motherhood to a place of tentative spiritual expectancy. So that's what I came up with. And I think as you read through this, you'll find that you never really probably will come to some sense of spiritual resolution in this work. But what I hope you will see is this process of growing from just a description of the experience of some of the more mundane aspects of life, and that process of coming into an understanding of a greater depth of meaning and a process of growing spiritual expectancy. So in that spirit, I have a poem from the collection that I'd like to share with you, and it's called Empires. All I discovered that year, while draping limp orange cheese over the plate, was I existed, gliding over concrete, amid the neighbor's dog shit's simmering stench, plucking white bunny's hair from my pepperoni. My soul heaves to the beat of bus song or spider song, plaguing my thoracic cavity, as efficient as a nervous system. Give up the ghost, it speaks. Here is space-time's lull. The blind tilts from the rule. Tugged on, tangled strands determine its position in space. I've curled up in the blanket's dream. The impressive excuses. Divine authorization of apathy, desires, fantasies, and their ultimate meaninglessness. The paradox of uncertainty. June bugs, blind, whack against the glass. Bleed from my heart. I've patched this space 1,000 times. A child straddles my thigh. I try to act engaged, flitting momentarily to some vague hypothesis. The egg, for instance, which formed him, occupied my body from its birth. Blueprint sketched in the ovaries of grandmothers before me, invoking, I suppose, some sense of divine awe, and discard this idea of an outside. While he pokes at my eye, it is actually I who am prodding. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will keep you posted. And as soon as I have a cover to show you, I will show you, because I am so excited, in case I didn't mention that earlier. So have a great week. I look forward to catching up with you guys next time. Bye-bye.